Hold on to your butts.
Let's get it. Shake it like understand who I is. Not that many gon' do it like this. Bob your head, you can hear my shit, but I'm on my shit. I have no chill. I'm who I are. I'm who I is. Taylor Susan.
Hey, welcome back. I'm Sean from TDG, and I got King.
The actual King Smith in the building. What's happening?
All right, good to hear. So it looks like my Wi-Fi is gonna be a little bit choppy. I'm still in Boston at the hotel. I'm not home, so you guys bear with me. Sorry about if it is a little bit choppy. It looks so choppy on my side. How's it look for you, King?
Your audio's good. The visuals is coming in a little bit choppy, but your audio's perfect, bro. So we good over here.
Okay, cool. I can dig that. So tonight we are talking about chameleons. Do you know what a chameleon be?
Yeah. So, I know what the animal chameleon is, but in the lexicon of what we're talking about, give us a little bit more, Sean.
Well, actually, I'm going to give you the actual definition of a chameleon, and then we'll get into the other chameleon that we're talking about.
Okay.
So, a chameleon is a small, slow-moving, old-world lizard with a prehensile tail, long, extensible tongue, protruding eyes that rotate independently, and a highly developed ability to change color. So, people might be wondering, why are we talking about chameleons tonight? We're talking about, lizards, but we're not talking about lizards. We're talking about chameleons in the space of the manosphere, in the red pill community. And it came to my desk, basically, this video that we'll be looking over in a bit, about one of the chameleons who has shown themselves. And I like to say that I pretty much knew that this person was a chameleon from way back when.
Yeah, you called it early.
I did. I told you. You didn't believe me when I told you.
I got blinded by her beauty.
But the thing is, I mean, we're not so much calling out just to to point fingers, but I often ask myself, why are certain people in this space? And the thing is that it's not that you can't be in this space, but it's very obvious when you're in this space just to make money and monetize the reason, when this space is more or less to help the guys, help people. Even women too. It can help women. We're trying to bring back fairness and equality to the space. And like I said, some people they just see an opportunity to sometimes weaponize their looks, and they want to make money off of it. And people can do whatever they want to do. That's fine. But everyone's entitled to their opinions. And so we're going to be dropping our opinion on a video tonight from one of the newer people in the manosphere. It's actually a woman, as King said. Her name is Melanie King. So, like I said, well, as King said, I saw right through her a long time ago. But
hey, we better be prepped, because if some of Melanie King's stands hear our take, they're gonna come for our throats, brother.
That's okay, because you know what? They can try to prove me wrong, but there's plenty of details and facts in this video, and I didn't press her to say none of this. She did it herself. That's the thing, what was it? Was it Icarus, or what the I think it was Icarus, who flew too close to the sun, and he got burned. And I think that's what happens with a lot of people. The fame hits them, and the money hits them, and they think they can be untouchable, and no one's untouchable, and everyone can be replaced. That's what I learned a long time ago. So before I do this any way further, we're just gonna jump right on into this. I've talked enough.
Hey, it's that bad. It's that bad.
How's it going?
Hi.
So
why is it that bad?
Okay, it's that bad because I'm going to get my passport. I'm getting my passport. I'm leaving the country.
Where are you going?
I
want to go.
I'm looking at options. But I'm going to do it.
Where do you live currently?
I'm in the Seattle area.
Oh, so Seattle. This is my second. No, the other guy was Portland. This is my second sleepless in Seattle. Okay. I love that movie. I do. I love When Harry Met Sally. Guys, I'm old. I like movies like that.
Have you seen what Meg Ryan look like now?
Okay.
Ooh, snap.
And Melanie
You see
Griffin.
her face?
Oh Lord God.
Oh, that.
My
Oh,
poor
that.
babies from the 80s and 90s. Oh, You've Got Mail. How many have you guys seen You've Got Mail Sleepless in Seattle when Harry met Sally? It was Father of the Bride. Me and my daughters, we watched Father of the Bride religiously, part 1 and 2. Okay, I'm done.
No worries.
I'm
No
done.
worries.
I'm
Yeah.
done.
So,
Someone pause right there and ask you a quick
Okay.
question. And ask the audience quick question. Do you guys think that someone like this should be single or is single? I mean, she probably is single. That's fine. She's told that she used to be married. So she says she's single, but do you think
Yeah.
looks like that
No.
would still be single?
So yeah, that's a good question. Kind of a quick update. So I used to follow her content, and she's talked about how she would put, if she had a boo, on her content and things like that, but she learned not to really talk about that. So as far as people that don't really know her know, who knows? She could be booed up or have a main squeeze, but she said publicly that she would never reveal that to her followers that follow her content.
Right. Well, that's fair enough. I mean, I get that. But I think that in order to at least come off genuine in this space, you have to, be able to share experiences of your own, And if you're hiding everything, then it's just like people say, like, they want, if you're gonna get a personal trainer, you don't want a personal trainer who is overweight. You want a personal trainer who looks the part, because you can tell they've done the work. And I kind of get that's what we get with her, that she's a pretty face, and like I said, I understand if she has a boo, she doesn't want to share who he is. But the little bit that I have watched of her in the past, she hasn't really revealed anything about herself. Now I could be wrong, because like I said, I stopped watching her, but this video popped into my desk, so that's why we're reviewing it today. So let's keep it moving.
Okay.
I'm done with my chick flick. Otherwise, I like killing, death, spy, CIA, torture.
yeah.
That's usually
So
what I like.
big up to you for telling off that cornball blue pill. That dude is a straight up simp, and he's one of those people. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. He's a simp. He's a simp. He's a simp motherfucking cornball. I'm gonna say it straight up. And
Wait, hold on.
has
Marcus
nothing-
Gibson, thank you for coming, member, baby. But he on a roll, so I gotta do it quick. Okay, go ahead.
All right. No problem. Hey, read your super chat. If you got to read your super chat, do what you got to do.
Go ahead. What you said? What did you say? You said a couple words.
Blue pill is a simp ass cornball. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That dude that called in and tried to preach the Bible and all that stuff, that dude has no idea what he's even talking about. And I'll say this: why? First off, I'm not even gonna get preached. I'm just gonna leave it at this. The Lord helps those who help themselves. That dude looked like he needs a lot of help, and he's not even helping himself. And that's
he was a little crack ashy. Did you see the mouth? You guys see Dave Chappelle with the crack mouth?
Yeah,
it was a little Dave Chappelle with the crack mouth.
No,
keep talking. I'm interrupting the flow. You keep going. I'm
not going to judge on the appearance or the superficial stuff. That's whatever. But it's just the way he talks, the way he carries himself. It's just it's bitch energy. You know what I mean? It's female energy. I'm sorry to say that. But here's the thing about real. Melanie, I followed you after Kevin Samuels because I watched, actually before Kevin Samuels, it was Tommy Sotomayor. Then after him, then it was Kevin Samuels. Wow. I heard about you from Kevin Samuels a little bit, but I'm going to come at you with a little bit of smoke. And I'm going to ask you a question. Why you said that Kevin is your friend, right? And you name drop him a lot, right? I see. I noticed you do. You name drop him. How come you didn't attend his funeral?
The video's not frozen, guys.
This went in a direct.
So that was what? Almost 4 to 5 seconds of pause?
Yes. Now, for some context for people that don't know who she is. So Melanie King does content creation, and most people would say that she is around kind of like men's spaces and things like that, about veteran men's spaces. So what's about to happen next is the exact same thing that people are talking about. Folks do that should not be occurring. And She was a friend of Kevin Samuels, and this guy, It's That Bad, was asking her, hey, why didn't you attend his funeral? And let's see what she says back about him, and see if this makes her an ally or a chameleon.
I think it's a fair question. Why didn't you attend the man's funeral?
And shout out to Turbo, who just joined. If you've got a second, man, can you introduce yourself? Yeah, he dropped off.
Okay.
I know who it is, though.
Okay.
And I was not expecting it to go. We went from a simp.
He is a simp. I'm gonna keep it real. That dude is a
why
simp.
I didn't attend my dead friend's funeral, though that is for public consumption or any of your goddamn business.
Oof.
Okay.
Got rude quick.
Yeah. Now she could have stopped there.
Mm-hmm.
She could have stopped there, but let's see who was the one who elevated it and break this down.
Okay.
No, here's the thing.
None of your business. Who's a funeral?
You say he's your friend. You say he's your friend.
None of your damn business.
And you live
none of your business. Why weren't you his friend? Why weren't you in a position to attend his funeral as his friend?
Because I'm not his friend. I follow him, but I'm
you
not his friend.
Nobody, and you're asking me why didn't attend my friend's funeral? It's none of your damn business. Mind your business.
Because you clouting. That's what it is.
I'm sorry, it's none of your business. It's none of your business.
You clout and you live off him.
Funeral.
Had a pause there. It's getting a little heated, even though we're not. This is filmed a month or so ago.
Yeah.
What's your take on?
Well, so the part that was kind of overlooked that people kind of missed was her calling him a nobody. Mm-hmm. All right. Now she kept repeating and saying it's none of your business. And really, the guy kept going. So one could ask and say, hey, with her repeatedly bringing up, her dead friend and asking about why she didn't attend the funeral, he was wrong. Mm-hmm. What's your take on that?
You're right. I mean, yeah, he's wrong, and he keeps asking, but at the same time, I mean, like they say to celebrities, once you put yourself in the limelight in front of the public, then you're going to get negative attention. It's not going to always be positive attention. Just like me and you, just like you said in the beginning of this stream, we might get some negative attention too off this video, and that's perfectly fine because you know what? Everyone has their own opinions, and they can say what they want to say and think what they want to think. Because when you put yourself out there, that's what's going to come your way. Now, I think that it could have been handled a lot better. Mm-hmm. She could have said, "I don't want to answer that. That's personal. Let's move on from that." Or you can make up a lie. She's got kids. I had to, do something with my kids, or I had to go out of town. I couldn't make it for X amount of reasons, but she decided to rear up and attack him back, I guess you'd say. Well, I don't know if you'd say attack back, but she attacked,
Yes, and here's another part. Look, hindsight being 2020, we can both say what the optimal thing was, yet at the same time, too, it's her show. She could have bounced him off. She could have been upset, angry, and if the guy wanted to keep pressing and she didn't really want to answer it, she could easily just bounce him off, saying, you know what? Click remove guest and go on about the rest of her show. But she didn't do that. So let's hear the rest of what she said. That kind of goes into why we're just asking the question or bringing this up: chameleon or ally?
Yeah, we got Perry Production at B saying clout. So he's thinking that she's out there chasing the clout. Mm-hmm. Let's keep it moving now.
Antoine Daniels is the only one.
You sound hurt. Now you sound like the weak ass simp, blue pill, hurt, emotional. Why are you worried about what a grown woman's doing visiting her friend's funeral? You don't know what I've been through emotionally. You don't know what I've been doing with the family. You don't know a goddamn thing, but you want to speak as though you have any information, and you sound as ignorant as that blue pill motherfucker, as you wanted to call him. So who gonna check me, boo? It ain't none of your goddamn business. Don't ask me again where I go, what I do, who I'm with, and who I'm talking to, because it's none of your damn business. Ho.
Now I'm curious if she bounced him. Oh, yeah, and I forgot that she included that part right there at the end where she was like, ho.
Now, King, let me ask you this question.
Mhm.
Now, we both run around enough women to know that when they get upset, they do certain things. They tend to, act in a certain way. They tend to speak and say certain things. Would you say that this kind of lined up with how they tend to react to unfavorable situations?
Yes. Yeah, everything from the head movement to the choice of words to her body language in general. 100%.
Right. Even the tone. The
Yep.
tone actually, we're not gonna roll it back, but if you roll it back, the tone goes up and up and up, And then of course come the insults.
Ask me another question about my friend.
Uh-oh.
Wow. How you doing tonight?
Feeling him, because I felt like we was gonna have fun.
Until you said the wrong thing.
He just angry. I'm sorry that your dick is an inch big, and I'm sorry. Like otherwise, I like killing, death, spy, CIA, torture. That your dick is an inch big.
So we're gonna stop there again. There come the insults along with the shame. And the thing is, how did she know what he's working with? She has no idea, but she's going that route to try to hurt him, even though he's not in the show anymore. What's the purpose?
Yep. And then too, taking I wonder if she would have used that had he been a different race and came at her the same way. I'm curious if the insult would have started there immediately, because we all know what the racial inclination is behind her using those words with wanting to insult him.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry that you are so angry at a woman like me who's actually advocating for men. Imagine a man who's mad at me, one of the few women in the world that are trying to bring balance to the dating world, and he's mad.
I had to pause her again because, like I said, you watched her longer than I did. So is that true? Like, what did her show turn into? When I stopped watching her show, she was doing reviews basically of other people's videos, and the reviews weren't that enlightening. She was just kind of like, "Oh, girl, you did what?" and she did hit, and I'm like, it just wasn't. I wasn't getting anything from it, so I stopped watching.
So you asked a couple of questions. Her show turned into the reviews thing, but unlike another person in the space, mediocre tutorial and reviews, shout out to MTR, when he does his reactions and reviews, he adds some context to things. He expands on the different subject that he's talking about to give you a different perspective of something to think about. In most of Melanie's videos, I haven't observed that from her. Now, I haven't watched all of her videos the same way that I'll catch MTR's videos. So she's been doing that. She's been doing some kind of what's been hot a little bit in the vein of Kendra G and her dating show is to have people call in, and people are always trying to find their booze, find relationships and things like that. And if you have a hot channel and you look the way she looks, you can drive viewers to your show to try and get people matched up or get people, booed up. So she was doing that too. Those are the two things or two types of content that I noticed that she was doing.
Yeah. I would challenge her to, to ask her, how are you helping people? How are you helping men in this space? How are you helping women in this space? That's my question.
So in the same vein, I'd like for you to ask this, Sean, because I can tell you that one of the first quips that would come back instead of somebody answering, they would say, well, Kevin Samuels blew up and he was big. How was he helping people? Do you think that he was helping people? I think that he was. I believe that he was polarizing because what he would say would be extremely truthful. But if you take a look at what he was doing publicly and some of the stuff that was revealed behind the scenes, the brother was trying to help build people up in a positive manner. But you had people coming to him very disingenuous or, lying to themselves. And what he did was he would highlight it.
Right.
I would almost even say he would shine the mirror back on you and just help you reveal your true self a lot faster.
Yeah, you you said it better than I could. I mean, he was definitely out there doing the hard work, getting his hands dirty, trying to help people. And people didn't, always respond to what he said because the way he said it. But the thing is, people need to be shocked out of their feelings sometimes to understand the actual message is being broadcast to them. And that's what I believe what he did. He just brought the raw truth to them, not his truth, not your truth, the truth.
Yeah.
That's Angry Inch. Angry Inch, you can come back and we can talk civilly, but you're not going to ask me a damn thing about Kevin. Hold on. He actually came on here and asked why I didn't attend my friend's funeral.
You stuck on that?
Look, she had the opportunity to move on right here. She could have pivoted.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta think about it.
I think she's just pausing to try to figure out what goes on
in your life.
No. I'm not even on that. It's just the audacity and how, think of the mindset. One of the few. This is what I mean. I don't get it. Do y'all see women calling and giving me smoke?
No.
Who do y'all see? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. That's who gives me smoke. That's what women keep saying. Y'all need to check these men that are coming after women who are trying to bring balance out here.
Okay, but calling them
because you got Angry Inch.
I guess she's a Jedi now.
Ain't never had nothing rubbed up on nobody wants
blue lips.
And then here he go.
Co-signing. White knighting.
Who is you crazy? Who is you crazy?
Wow.
I'm gonna need you. Listen, I'm sorry. I don't want the inch. And I know you're mad at me because I will never sit on that inch, but I promise you I never will. I know.
See, and that's the thing. How did it even turn sexual now? He wasn't coming at her in that way at all. Ask a simple question. If you don't answer the question, you just say, I don't feel comfortable answering that question.
Bingo.
Simple. Wow.
And she stayed insulting this entire time. But yeah, hey, she's supposed to be an ally, right?
Right. And she's supposed to be Kevin Samuel's friend. You would know what was his acronym? Sign language?
Sign language. Shame, insult, guilt, and need to be right. And just as Perry Production pointed out, completely uncalled for. Michelle Early said she's being real extra for no reason. Hey, look, on one hand, I can sit back and say, okay, her calling him out on the death of somebody. Death is one of those things that's kind of tricky. I recently had somebody that passed away and someone didn't attend the funeral, and I didn't understand why this person didn't show up for this person's funeral. I found out why after the fact, and I'm like, you know what? It's not for me to understand, but that person gave their reason. So for her to get called out, I can get her feeling some type of way about it, but how she handled it publicly when you're supposed to be an ally, yeah, she was being real extra, and she wanted to be real extra.
Yeah, I think it just shows her true colors. The chameleon has changed her colors off of one simple question.
Yep.
No, you tried. But it's going to stay angry, red, itched up, bumped up, whatever's going on down there. But I'm not the one for it. But what you got for me tonight, boo? We done with that. It ain't going to run just like you did.
Hey, what's
wow.
Hey,
so she's
the second dude.
Yeah, dude, he didn't do anything. She's mad at him too. See, it carried over to the next guy. How are you an ally? You can't even keep your cool.
Good night.
Yeah. Let's see what else she's got, because I haven't seen it this far. So
okay.
Ooh, it's getting spicy.
You gonna run like Angry Inch again?
Hey, it's getting spicy tonight.
Oh, give me that spice. I'm ready.
What's happening?
No spice. That wasn't even no spice. Can someone please bring me some intellectual beef? I want the cows that studied debate.
You be asking for the beef though.
You don't have no beef. You ran just like he did. If I bring you any smoke, you get
Hey.
mad and hang up. Stop the
Hey.
cap. But you know what? I got more respect for you. Don't be bringing up my friends who passed or anybody in my life who I cared about because
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. That was out of pocket.
You ain't go there. You start talking about Kevin. That's when I get my feelings. You talk about me, I'll be like, I like Seattle.
Yeah.
No, Tiger Woods boo called in from Seattle, qualified in a good man. I don't know what that was.
He was out of line for that. He was out of line. He was out of pocket.
That was
Stop asking for people to call you.
Instead of Sleepless in Seattle, that was Inchworm in Seattle.
Wow.
Girl, you want some of that?
Stop telling people to call in asking for beef.
He ain't had no beef. What was he talking about? Why I didn't go to my friend's funeral? Fuck you, ho. You need to wonder why I'm gonna put you in a body bag. You need to worry about your own funeral right now. Oh, I know somebody's gonna spin that.
Huh. And now she's getting tough. Oh man. It's almost it's playbook, it's textbook, you know.
I was just gonna say that it's predictable.
Exactly. 100%. When I saw this clip originally, I couldn't believe it. Because like I said, you're public facing basically. And these videos are going to be out there forever. Once it hits the internet, it's there forever.
Mm-hmm.
Why she thought this was going to, go well for her? I mean, I don't know if it's been any backlash for her, but this just shows you that her, like I said, her true colors. If you can't handle a simple question about why you didn't go to your friend's funeral, I can't believe in you. If someone asks me a hard question, I'm not going to blow up on you and then berate you even after you're 5 minutes after you're gone. What's the point?
There's a question. Who is this lady from Perry Production? So the reason why we're highlighting this lady, Melanie King, is an content creator, and she is one of the ladies of the quote unquote manosphere that is supposedly an ally or a champion for men and men's voices, essentially. And why we're highlighting this and with the title calling her a chameleon is Sean saw her earlier, checked out her content, and had said that this person isn't an ally for the fellas, essentially. And when most people call somebody a chameleon, they kind of sit back and go, a chameleon is going to eventually show their true colors. And she's wildly popular as a content creator. And I mean, look, let's use our Mark 1 eyeballs here. To me, I think she's extremely attractive. And you wouldn't know this if you didn't know who she was, but she's close to 40-something years old, or somewhere over the age of 40. So she keeps up with herself really good. But that's who she is. We're bringing this content because she has a pretty large following, definitely larger than us. Her channel divorced this channel like it's nobody's business.
About 100 times over.
But she has some sway, she has some clout, and but we're kind of showing that, hey, she's eventually showed her true colors. Michelle Early came on and said, I've never watched her content before, but she seems unstable. Why go to such great lengths publicly over a simple question? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. How are you going to help men learn how to be, proper men and learn stoicism?
Yes. Yes.
When
oh my God.
Sean,
that's perfect. It was there, but I was trying to figure out how to succinctly kind of bring that up. But that's a point. That's why, man, don't get counseled over this. That's why women can't teach boys how to be men. In my opinion, men should be the ones to teach men how to be men. But if you look around, all right, let's use our eyeballs here. Let's just use an observation. There's a lot of different underlying things that kind of go into this. But if you look around, if you have a single raised guy, that doesn't have his father in the home, whether his father chose not to be around, whether his father is kept away because the mom's a terroristic mother, like a good mom, but because she doesn't play well with others, the guy just simply goes, you know what? I don't have time for this headache to be around just to try to be in my son's life because his mom's making it difficult. There's a lot of socio-economical type stuff that kind of goes into why some young men don't have their fathers around. But she had the opportunity, if you're going to be an ally of men, you have the opportunity to show some stoicism.
Yeah, stoicism, you're right.
The right way to say that.
Mhm.
And she chose to get in her feelings, which a lot of guys don't really sit in their feelings the same way that she did. And I would argue and say that a majority of men would not have done what she did, and they would have responded a lot differently. A lot different.
Right. Yeah, and let me just kind of dogpile on top of what you said about
Go ahead.
women. They it's probably best if they don't raise young boys. I'm not saying at all, but in a single parent household, if that's the dynamic, that's the dynamic. But what I'm saying is it's better for the man or the father to be there to raise the son, because this explosive energy that you just saw will be passed on to the son.
Mhm.
And that energy he's going to think is normal. And that's when you see a lot of the black community, or the 8% of, or not 8%, whatever the percentage is of black men that are in jail doing drugs, getting killed. It's because they're raised by single mothers who react like this.
Yep.
They can't teach them, like, look, people are going to say some things to you, growing up. You have to learn how to handle that, how to internalize that and not externalize it.
Yep. And look, people that watch this, you're going to know somebody that get explosive, have that more feminine energy every time something doesn't go their way. And there's all this talk and studies about all this other stuff, but when I look into it, and I'm just like, the thing I use is I always say the Mark 1 eyeballs. What am I observing? Okay, not what the truth is being bent to. What am I observing? I know several people that have made some big mistakes over their emotions, life-changing mistakes, because they didn't know how to check that.
Right.
And the common denominator, no father in the home.
Damn. Well, I'm not going to play the rest of the clip. I don't think there's anything of substance left in there. But like I said, I'm just kind of hoping that people are able to do their own thinking, do their own homework, and learn how to read people. Because if you let people talk long enough, 9 times out of 10, they'll hang themselves. But I think I said that saying wrong. If you give them enough rope, they'll hang themselves.
And hey, look, for the people who are watching, this was one clip out of hundreds of hours of content that she puts up online. And I used to watch her stuff initially because I saw her
attractive
as an ally. Let me walk that back. She's fine. I'm talking fine. Yet also too, she had the right connections in the quote unquote manosphere. And some people co-signed on her. So I was like, all right, I'll check her out. And initially I enjoyed her content, but then the more I listened, unlike MTR, or there's a young lady, Pink Book Lessons.
Oh yeah, she's wonderful.
Some very analytical, critical thinking content around the same subjects. Melanie, I didn't see that same substance in her content, so I slowly I unsubscribed, and I even told you, I said, hey Sean, I think that you were right about Melanie. Like, I'm gonna have to unsubscribe because I'm noticing some inconsistencies in what her message is versus her authenticity. And over time, your authenticity is going to show, and people that aren't blinded by being loyalists to you are going to be able to see you for who you are and make a decision on if they want to choose to keep rocking with you or not.
Right. I mean, I'd be willing to make a wager, and there's no way to figure this out, but I would wager that majority of her followers are simps, the betas, and they're following her because of her looks. Because like I said, when I stopped listening a long time ago, but I didn't hear any substance in what she was saying, and I wasn't learning anything. There was no, end wrap up to the story. It was just like, ooh, girl, like she's talking to another, one of her female friends, and why would you listen to someone who says they're in this space to help men, and they're not helping men; they're helping themselves.
Yep.
So, King, I ain't got anything else. You got anything?
No, man, that's pretty much all I've got. I think that too, kind of to close this out, we were having a discussion on the Real Precious YouTube channel the other night, talking about how younger people and the young generation, they're growing up with, like, their TV is YouTube essentially, right? And it doesn't take much for King or Sean to come on and put on a production talking about societal issues, relationships, or observations of things that we're just noticing out there. And people are going to see her channel, you know, and form an opinion. All we're asking to do, and the reason why Sean and I have our channel, is we're both logical thinkers. That's a pro and a con kind of wrapped into the same thing. But what Sean and I are going to continue to do for this channel is bring you subjects or content that we're going to ask you to critically think through what it is that you're observing, what it is that you're listening or watching, and try to give you a perspective that's a little bit different than what the rest of the people might be saying out there. And if you rock with it, great. If you don't, that's cool too. But all we ask is to come in, engage with us. If you feel different, put it down in the comment section and tell us why. We love to help grow into this space, and we can learn some things as well. So that's all I've got.
Yeah, and we're also going to add in our experiences. I love giving my experiences, because if you guys can learn by laughing at my my train wrecks of experiences, then I'm okay with that. Because you know what? I'm not perfect. I'm not a 10 up here. I'm not a Chad. I'm not a Pookie. I'm not a Ray Ray. I'm just a normal guy. I'm average. So if Melly does come for me, guess what? Beat you to the punch. I'm average.
All right.
Yeah. So like I said, I mean, oh, and you know what? If you guys, for example, check out our channel. There's a story that I put up that I did on King's channel a long time, about a year ago, I think now. And it's called, I think it's called The Craziest Tinder Story Ever. And that's probably one of my biggest fails in dating. It's about 30 minutes long, but it'll keep your attention span. So go check it out. It's
I
in
will
our video
put
section.
it up in the card right up there in YouTube post edit.
All right, sounds good to me. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this feed. Make sure you stay tuned for our next live feed, because I'm still in Boston for a little bit longer before I come home.
Boston.
Yeah, it's wicked out here. But yeah, we got plenty of content coming soon. Please make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the channel. We're trying to grow too. You know, I know we don't have the long, luscious hair like Melanie King does. We don't have the girls like Melanie King does, but you know, we're giving you guys the good information. So make sure you hit that like before you leave, and hit the subscribe, and tell a friend too. All right. Thanks, guys. We are out of here. Oops, not in it.
It's that time. Let's get it. Shake it like understand who I is. Not that many gon' do it like this. Bob your head, you can hear my shit, but I'm on my shit. I have no chill. I'm who I are. I'm who I is. Taylor Susan, I play the part. Fuck a fire, how you mesmerize. Black Austin pies, man, that I'm stupid. Then again, oh so clever. On my loony, pour that lever. Talk my shit, I'm talking hella flow, baby.